Hello everybody. So today I will be covering a very important topic in Power Apps is how to generate a document from your Power App and send it to the end user. So let's take a business use case where I am working for an insurance industry and I create a new user. Now I want to send the user the policy document of his directly in his email box by clicking a button from my Power App. So what I want to say is if I hit new here and let's say I am creating a user, let's say the username is KR and the address is HYD and the user is active and let's say active in HYD. Now for the creation of user I need a policy start date, I need a policy end date. Let's just hit save and this user is created within Dataverse. Now I want to send the policy document to this user KR. I will go to generate document, I will hit yes and then I will hit save. So what this does, it will send the document directly to this user. I have configured this user in my Power Automate flow in which I have given the email ID of this user, let's say for example, and let me go to the flow for one quick minute and it will show you that it is triggering a Microsoft Power Automate flow at the click of a button from my Power Apps, and this is my Power Automate flow, and if you'll see these runs, so these are getting triggered whenever a generate document is set to yes from my Power App. So let's check out this in action, how to accomplish this task. So now let's begin from where we start always, and if you are following my part 1 and part 2 of this series, I am using a solution that is called as the Kumar underscore test solution. In this solution I have a table called information. Let's go ahead and add a new column to this table. So I will edit this table and I will add a new column. I will say this as generate document, and I will make this as choice column, and choice yes no is what I want right now. I will hit save and let this column to be created. It says an error, an attribute with the specified column already exists, so that's why I will give it a different name. I will say generate doc and I will hit save again, and this time it will be saving. Now let give it a 5 seconds to save. Now once it is saved, so it is saved right now, I will go back and I will go to the form that I am using within my model driven app. So I will go to the form over here, I will click on the form, I will go to the main form that I have created in my previous session, and then I will add that column. So the column that I created is doc. You can search here and it will give you the doc column, but before adding this column I want to add it into a section. So I will go over here, I will pull up a new column section. Oops, not tab. I will delete this one. I'll click here, I will pull one column section. So one column section right now I have pulled. I make this to sit here, that's fine. I will call this hide label, and in this section I will drag the column that I have created, that is doc. So this column I have dragged it into the form, into the new section of the form. I will hit save and publish. So once you will hit save and publish of the form, and once it is published, you will see the changes instantly onto the model driven app. So let's go to our model driven app and give it a hard refresh. So once it is refreshed, you will be able to find a new section that is added at the end. So right now it is not visible. Let's refresh it again. All right, so it's there. So you have added your column successfully within the form and successfully within the model driven app as well. Now let's do some other things. So the idea first of all is to create a document. So let's just open our Word, and within Word you will get a lot many templates to work on. So you go to templates and let's say you pick up this template and you hit create, and within this template you have many things, so just get rid of everything right now and just say hi. You can just get rid of these naming and come down and can say hi name, because I want to give it to someone and I am creating dynamic parameters on this Word document. And thanks for getting a policy from uh, XYZ. It is great. It is great to serve you. Your policy details are below, and then can write name. I can write policy start date and then give date, and then I can give policy end date and then I can give date, and then I can write please feel free to call us for any questions at 9999 or drop an email to xyz@inquiry.com. So let's say I have built this template, and you should be aware that the developer icon inside your Microsoft Word should be enabled. So if not, you can go to the files actions and enable the developers icon. Now what I want to do is to make these things dynamic. So I will click on name. I will go to the developer section. I will click on this one and then I will go to properties. I will write the name as name, and within tags also I will give it name. So I will make it parameterized, and this tag will be helpful in my Microsoft Flow. I will hit OK. My another parameter is this name. I will again hit the AA and properties. I will say name, and within tag also I will give name. For date, I want here to be the start date that is coming from the context of my table and from the context of my Power App. So I will hit AA again and I will go to properties. I will say this as a start date. Again, copy and paste in the tag. It will be start date. For my this date, I will go back here again, and within properties I will say as end date, and I will say as end date. So that's it. You have created a Word template. Now go to file, go to save as and browse, and let's say I want to save it at my desktop. I will give it a name ABC right now. I will hit save. It goes to my desktop right now. Now the next important thing that I want to do over here is log into my OneDrive and upload this document once. So I will go to login OneDrive right now. So I'm logging into OneDrive right now, and let me give my username. My username is this. Alright, so I'm into my OneDrive location. I will go to files. Let's say I will create a new folder. I will say it as Gen Docs X. I will create a folder Gen Docs X, and then go here and upload my document that I have just saved with the name of ABC, I believe. Where are you? So this one. So I hit save. ABC not implemented. What's that? Okay, let's try one more time. Let's go to upload. Let's go to files. Let's go to ABC. There is some problem in saving. Let's hit close. The reason why it was not going, because it was open let's go to here, let's go to ABC again, let's hit open. Now it comes. All right, so you have done two main things, and now the other main thing is create your Microsoft flow. So you go to the flow and you create a new flow. You will start saying that it would be my automated cloud flow, because you want to trigger something with something happening within your app. So, and you want it to be triggered when a Dataverse table is modified. So you hit Dataverse and you select this trigger when a row is modified or deleted, and then you have to give a name. You can give it name as docgen, for example. I will hit create, and then it will create a flow for me. The first step is give the context of your table name and your environment. So you have to be sure that the environment in which you are creating your Microsoft flow should be the same environment in which you have your Power App. So your Power App is right now in this environment, that is Kumar Dev, and you can see that I am creating the flow within Kumar Dev environment as well. So I want the document to be created when there is a modification on the generation document column. So if the gen document column is set to yes, Word document and a PDF document will be created on the fly, and it will be email. So that's why I have selected modified. I have to select the table name as well, and there are many mistakes that people do in the selection of table names. So let's go and check what's the correct table name that you will find. So let's go to make.powerapps.com, go to the solution once again, and go to your solution, and within your solution you will get to find your table, that is the information. What you have to do is to copy the logical name of the table, not the display name actually. So if you will click there, and if you will go on to edit, and if you will say edit table properties, it will give you the logical name of the table within advanced options. So you can copy this logical name, and then you can return back to your flow, and you can select the table name from here as well. So if I will go here and go to my information table, if select the information table, within scope give the scope as organization, and within the columns, now it says which column do you want to have the modification done and trigger the flow or trigger the document. So I have to go back there again and find your column. So go back here again and find your column. So go back to columns again, and then the column that I created was doc generate doc, and this column is what I have created. Now you have to remember that always copy the logical name. So this is the logical name, so copy this logical name. Remember, everything should be in small letters. So even though if I copy it in caps, I will make this as a small, so that it might not result in error, because sometimes the compiler failed to recognize the caps, the big caps values. So I will hit this column. I want to do the change, I want to do the modification and trigger my document when change to this column happens. And then I want to give a filter as this column equals true. So when this is true, when this is set to yes, I want to trigger my flow. I want to run it as the flow owner, let's say. Done for this step. Let's add another step, and let's add a control this time. Let's add a control, and within control let's give a condition, and let's say that let's select that column dynamically from this dynamic selection of the Microsoft Power Automate. So I want to select my column, and I will say if it is true, then I might want to do something. I want to generate a document. So if it is true, I will go to yes and add an action. So the first action is create a template. So it would be Word, and within Word Online I will find populate a Microsoft Word template. I will select this one. I will give the location that I have created right now. I have created it for OneDrive, so I will select OneDrive. I will go into the document library of the OneDrive. I will go here, I will find my file that I have just saved with the name of ABC. So if you remember, I have this folder being created. I go there and this is my document that I've created. So that's done, and then it's open out the mapping. You remember the columns that we have the tag and the name within the Word document template file. So for the name, I will use the customer name from the Dataverse. So this is the dynamic parameters kind of thing that we are passing. For the start date, I will have the start date. So let's just search me start date and it will gives me. For the name, again I am giving a customer name. Now you will wonder why there are two names. So our Word file is hi name and below are your details. So name is coming twice, one at the header and one in the details below. And in the end name also we can give the end name. Oops, not here. In the end date we can also give the end date as well. So that's done, and move on to another action. So we have populated a Word document. Now what we want to do is we want to create a document with the new name. So let's find another action that says create document within OneDrive. So I will select create document, create file, and within this file I will again give the folder name. So my folder would be this folder, and oops, my folder will be this folder. So I want to create my document within this folder. I want to have a file to be created, so it will ask me the name of the file, and again from the dynamic content you can select the name of the file. I want the name of the file to be actually the name of the person, so I will select here, and from the dynamic content I will say I want the file to be named as customer name .docx, and the file content of the file would be coming from my upper value parameter, that is the Microsoft Word document. So I have selected the file content as well. That's then into my last couple of actions here. I want to convert this Word to a PDF. So I will go to this action of converting it to PDF, and let's just find within the drive, and within drive we have convert. So convert file we have right here. So you can choose this convert file, and then it will ask you to give the location of the file. So you go there, and within your gen.docx you will find the ABC docs. So you have to give this, and you have to convert into PDF. So that's fine. Now the last action is send the email. So you will find the tasks to send the email. So we'll write send email task, and then this is send an email notification, not this one, send an email v2, and I want, let's say, send this email to send it to me. Let's say for example I will write kranjan2710@gmail.com, send the email with the attachment to me. I will give the subject, let me give the subject also dynamic. I will hit customer name underscore policy document. Into the body I will say hi customer name, it's a delight to serve you, please find attached your policy document, thanks team XYZ. That's done, and go to the advanced options. I don't want to give send as, I want to give the attachment name. The attachment name would again be my file name, and the attachment content will give the file content. So these are the parameters that is coming from the upper value. So that said, save this flow and let's check this out in action. So this flow is saved and you can go back once, and then let's try this out from the app. All right, so let's close these ones, let's close these ones, let's close these ones. Let's go to our app again within our solution, this one, go to apps and just play this app. So I'm into my app and let's create a new record and let's get a name as Sham and the address as HYD. Sham is active, Sham is active in HYD. So now give a start date, give a end date, and then hit save. So first of all, we have created a record for this person, Sham is active. Now just go ahead and make generate document to yes, and then hit save again. What it will do, it will trigger a Microsoft Power Automate flow at the back end. So if you just hit refresh all runs, so you are seeing that the flow has already been triggered right now and it's running, and it will generate and email me the document as per the email ID that I have provided. So let's just hit refresh again and then just wait for some time and you will see it has succeeded. So let's just go to my email box and you will see that I have received a file with the name Sham. Hi Sham, it's a delight to serve you. Please find attach your policy document. So this is what I have written.